Good morning, boys. So far we have completed first and second term. Now we are entering into the third term. Under this we are going to see about movements in animals. So what is movement? The act of changing the body part or position is called movement. When we are sitting silently in a place, we can watch what we are doing. We are blinking our eyes, isn't it? That is called a movement. Our heart is beating. That is also a movement. So the movement takes place in different parts. Even animals also showing the different types of movement. Cow is walking and then cockroach is flying. So these are some of the examples for movement. So there is a difference between movement and locomotion. What is meant by movement? The act of changing the part or the place by one or more parts of the body is called as movement. Changing the act of changing by one or more body parts is called as movement. So we are sitting, the eyes are blinking, many parts are working while we are sitting silently, isn't it? So the heart is beating, we are breathing, blinking our eyes. These are some of the examples for movement. But locomotion means change, that is movement from one place to another. Why do locomotion happen? In search of food. The animals go from place to place in search of food, shelter. For all these reasons, locomotion is taking place. But movement is happen either voluntarily or involuntary. Breathing is involuntary action, while walking is said to be voluntary action. So these are some of the example and the difference between the locomotion and movement. Locomotion is the movement of organism from one place to another. Why the locomotion takes place? In order to in search of food and shelter. And this is said to be voluntary action. With their will, with our wish only, we are taking the locomotion processes takes place. And then movement is changing the act of changing the place or position by one or more body parts. Act of changing the place or position by one or more body parts is known as movement. And then this movement is said to be either voluntary or involuntary. And then locomotion does not require any energy. Just they are moving and going in search of food and shelter. But for movement, the energy for breathing and for doing some exercise, we need some energy. So the energy is required. So with this information, we are going to see about how the movement is happening in animals. Movement in animals. How do animals move? First example, earthworm. How the earthworm moves from one place to another. The body of the earthworm consists of many rings of muscles. So it consists of the ring-like muscles which are joined from end to end. How does it move? If the earthworm wants to move it fixes its rear end. This end it is fixing in the soil. Then it tends to move. The movement is possible with the help of the muscles which are joined at the end to end. They are shortening, they are extending and shortening the muscles. With the help of this extension and extraction and contraction. So with this help of this shortening and extension, the earthworm is said to be moved from one place to another. And then their body is, under their body, bristles are there, bristle like structure, and seta is there. seta and bristles are there. With the help of this, they are fixing on the surface of the soil. They are helping for the movement. So what they are doing mean, first they in the front of the body portion is keeping the front portion extending, and then they are rear portion is fixed at their one end is fixed at the soil, and then the other end tend to move. So they are fixing the and releasing the other end. One part of the body is fixed in the soil, and they are tending the other end part to move with the help of the setae and the bristle. Then this part is fixed in the soil, and then the rear end, other end is said to be moved. So thus it fixing and extending, contracting and extending their body muscles. This earthworm is moving. So earthworm, when we take about earthworm, their body muscles are joined together. Under their body, setae and bristles are there. With all these body part and muscles, what they are doing? They are fixing the one end, the other last part of the body is fixed in the soil, and the other part tend to move. Thus they are, and then they are releasing the other part and fixing the rear end. Thus they are moving, contracting and extending their body part muscle. The earthworm tend to move. Then the slimy portion, there is a slime is secreted by them, which help for sliding in the, like this they are moving with the help of the slimy portion secreted from their mouth. With the help of this, they also show the movement. Next about cockroach. The cockroach can able to walk, fly, that is they can able to fly with the help of the wings, and then even they are climbing. The muscles which are present at their legs, they are said to be very strong to fly, and they are these muscles help the cockroach to move fastly. And then in their body part they consist of the portion called chitin. This chitin is helpful for the body part. With the help of when they are often shedding their chitin for the growth. The chitin is shed out from their body part, which is said to be the cockroach is growing. Then the strong muscles which are present in the legs help for the cockroach to move faster. So, and then they have two pairs of wings. The cockroach consists of two pairs of wings. With the help of these wings, they can fly to some extent. So the chitin which is present in their outer body will help them for the which is acting as a protective material, and then they are regularly shedding out for their body growth. And then the muscles which are present in the leg are said to be very strong. With the help of that, what they are doing? They are help for the movement. Thus the movement is happening in cockroach. And then birds. When we take about birds, they consist of hollow bones. The bones are said to be hollow, filled with air. And they are strong. They have strong hollow bones, which help for the birds to fly in air. And then they have strong muscles. The body muscle is said to be, breast muscle is said to be strong. And then they consist of flight muscle, which help for the flying. So in all these are animals, the muscles are helping for them for the movement. Muscles help for the movement of these animals. So the birds can perch in the ground, that is perching. The lower limb is modified into claws. So here the lower limb is modified into claws, which help them for the in search of food. Claws helping for the search of food. So the lower limbs are modified into claws, while the upper limbs are modified into wings. The wings help for the birds for flying. So the flight muscles along with the wings, what they are doing? They are able to fly. The muscles which are present in the breast along with the muscle, body muscle, flight muscle. What they are doing, they can show two types of flying, that is gliding and flapping. While gliding, the birds they can able to stretch their tails are spread out, wings and tails are spread out. They are able to be in the show the movement with the help of the air current. They are moving in the air current without without the movement of the wings. So they are uses the air current for going up and down. For these muscles are helpful. For gliding, the wings are helpful. And then while flapping, they are able to flap their wings in the help of the air. So they are beating the air by flapping the wings. So these are the two types of flight, that is gliding and gliding means spreading the wings in the air with the help of, they are purging through the air with the help of this gliding position, and then they can able to show the flapping position with the help of the wings and the tail. What they are doing, they are flapping against the air. Thus these birds show the movement. Birds have hollow bones which are filled with the air. The bones are said to be very hollow, but they are very strong. The breast muscle along with these muscles, what are they doing? They are helping for the birds to fly in the air. So they show two types of movement, that is gliding and flapping. During this process, what they are doing, they are just spreading their wings, and then during flapping, what they are doing, they are moving the wings up and down. So active fly. This is so flight feathers and the tail feathers are helpful for the purpose. So the tail is, the bird's body is covered, the tail and the wings are covered with many feathers. Feathers are there in the wings and the tail, which help for the birds for easy fly. Okay, so these are about the birds. Next about snake. Snakes. The body of the snake, the backbone is considered to be vertebrate. It consists of large number of vertebrae. Vertebrae means backbone. It consists of the backbone. Adjoining vertebrae, ribs and the skin are attached with the muscles. So the rib means the chest portion, and then the vertebrae, that is backbone, the ribs and the skin are connected together with the muscles. What they are doing, they are interconnected with the slender body muscles. When the snake move, it makes many loops on the side. What is meant by loop? Like this they can move. Loop means like this. So they make loop on the surface of the on the surface again, and then they are moving forward. The movement of the snake is said to be slithering movement. When the snake want to move, it makes many loops on its side. The forward movement, so if it want to move, the loops are moving forward like this. They can able to move on the surface of the soil, by making many loops on its side. Next about fish. So this is about the snake. The vertebrae, rib and skin are connected along with the muscles, which make for the easy movement. As the snake do not consist of any, the legs are absent in snake. So the snakes are moved with the help of the muscles which are present on the body. So making the loop against the surface of the soil, the snakes are able to move. Then fish. When we take about the fish, the fish is considered to be streamlined body, like a boat. The fins are helpful for the fish to swim in water. The streamlined body along with the fins, what they are doing, they consist of two paired and unpaired fins. They can able to change their direction. So if the fish want to move in, they have for them they have strong muscles. So the front part curves. If the fish want to swim mean the front part curves to one side, and the tail part, what does it do? It changes the direction, moves to other end. The front portion curves and then the tail portion moves to another. They are opposite direction. So thus it moves to some portion, and then again in the next move what the doing, the front portion curves to another direction and the tail portion changes to another direction. So both the body portion and the tail are moving to opposite direction for their move. So the fins along with the streamlined body help for the fish to swim in water. And then the caudal fin or the tail fin mean for them they have the caudal. This is said to be the tail fin or the caudal fin. So the one portion curves, and then the next movement the tail changes the another direction. In the next movement it changes the curving changes to another portion, and then the tail portion also changes to another direction. Thus the fish tend to move in the water with the help of the caudal fin and the fins, tail fin. So this is, so for them the body is said to be streamlined. Streamlined mean like a boat, it is moving along the water. Then so smoothly it is able to swim. Then movement in human body. How the movements takes place in human beings. So the movement of eyelids is one of the movement, and then heart muscle which is involuntary in function, and then teeth and jaw are moving. Then arms and legs, we are moving our arms and legs, and then head, neck. These are the movements shown by animals. So how the movement happens mean along with the bones and the muscles. There are some bones and muscles which are present in our body. So with the help of these bones and muscles we are able to move our body parts. So movement happens when two or more bones meet. Sometimes movements happen when two or more bones meet together. So next so these are the movement which are happen in animals. So when we take about the animals, the earthworm consists of the ribs, the muscles which are joined together, and then with the help of the seta and the bristle, what they are doing, they are fixing the one end and able to move the other end. Then other end is fixed and then they are moving the next portion, the rear end. If we take the cockroach is able to move with the help of fly. They can fly, run and walk. In them the parts of wings are there, and then strong muscles which are present in their legs help for the movement. This is the movement in cockroach. Next, when we take about birds, their bones are said to be hollow and strong, and then they have air space. The bone is filled with the air space, so they can able to move freely in air, and then lower limbs are modified into claws which is helpful for them to walk on the ground, and then the breastbone are modified to hold the massive muscles, so flight muscles. So they are able to move freely with the help of by moving the wings up and down. So the birds show two types of movement, that is gliding and flapping. While gliding, they can keep the wings in straight position. So they can move they are not able to move their wings in this position. Flapping means they are able to flap their wings with the help of the air wings. Then the snake, when we take about the snakes, the vertebrae, the skin are connected together, they are joined together, the ribs and the skin are joined together by the body muscle. They can show their movement with the help by showing their loops, by making the loops against the soil. Thus the snake is able to move on the soil. This movement is known as slithering movement. And then when we take about fish so swim in water with the help of the fins. The body is said to be streamlined, and then with the help of the fins, what they are doing, they are changing the position of the body in one direction and the tail moves in opposite direction. In the other move what they are doing, the other position is moved to the body is moving to some other position, and then the tail is moving to the opposite direction. Thus they are freely swim in water with the help of the fins and the streamlined body. In human being, the movement of eyelids, heart muscle, neck, everything is arms and legs we are moving. How they are moving mean with the help of the combined action of the bones and the muscles. So now we are going to see about types of movement. What are the types of movement? First about that is amoeboid movement, which is shown by the protoplasm. The pseudopodia, amoeba we can find pseudopodia, that is false leg. Amoeboid movement is happen with the help of pseudopodia and the appendages which move with along with the protoplasm within the cell. So in their cell the pseudopodia is there, and then this is pseudopodia along with the muscles they are able to move. This movement is known as amoeboid movement. Next, ciliary movements. So in some of the animals we can find cilia all over the body. With the help of this cilia they can able to move from one place to another. This is known as appendages. The cilia is known as the appendages. With the help of this cilia along with the flagella, what they are doing, they are able to move from one place to another. Next, about muscular movement. With the help of the muscles their body parts are moving. So these are the three types of movement. Amoeboid movement, which is found in amoeba, pseudopodia along with the protoplasm they are able to move, and then cilia, which are the appendages found all over the body. With the help of the cilia they can show the movement. Next, about the muscular movement. So this is happened with the help of the muscles along with the joint and the bones. So this is shown in higher animals, higher vertebrates. So the bones, the joints, the muscles all are working together for this movement. So for this what we have to understand about the joint. What is a joint? The place where the two bones meet together, that is known as joint. Joint is a place where the two bones are meet together, that is known as joint. Depending on the movement they can allow. There are three types of joint, that is fixed joint or immovable. Fixed or immovable, we are not able to move. They are fixed in one place, that is known as fixed or immovable. These joints do not show any movement, so that is said to be fixed or immovable joint. And then movable, slightly movable. So we can able to move these joint at somewhat position. The between the ribs and the breastbone are said to be the example for these vertebrates. We can slightly able to move these muscle. So first one is fixed or immovable. We cannot move these joint. Slightly movable joint, able to move slightly. Then freely movable. So when we take about freely movable joint, there are 6 type of movable joint, that is ball and socket joint. Ball and socket, which are found at our shoulder, ball and socket joint. Then hinge joint, elbow. So we are able to, these muscles are said to be freely movable muscles, ball and socket joint, which are found at our shoulder and our hip portion, and then hinge joint, which is found at our elbow. Next, that is pivot joint, and then conoid joint, then gliding joint and saddle joint. These are the joint which are said to be move freely. So hind joint, then pivot joint, then conoid joint, and then gliding joint. So we can find the ball and socket joint at our shoulder and our hinge joint and hip, and then hinge joint which is found at our elbow, knee and then ankle position. Then pivot joint which is found at the spine region, and condyloid joint which we can see in our wrist position, and then gliding which is also found in our spine portion, that is spine joint, and then saddle joint which is found at our thumb portion, shoulder and also lining of the inner ear. In this portion these joints are said to be freely movable joint. So joint is a place where two bones are meet together, that is known as joint. When we take about joint, there are three types of joint: fixed or immovable, they cannot move from one place to another; slightly movable joint, and then freely movable joint. These are the three types of joints which are found on our body. Next, synovial joint. What is synovial joint mean? The two bones are joined together, and then in between them there is a fluid is there. What the fluid is doing mean? They are helping for the friction between the two bones. Help for the friction between the two bones. So it is a joint which make connective between the two bones and consists of the cartilage lined with the cavity, and their cavity is also. So here there is a two bones meet together, and then there is a cavity. The cavity is filled with the fluid. This is known as synovial joint. In the synovial joint is ligament is present. Here the ligament, synovial fluid, and then articular cartilage, joint capsule. These are the four parts which are present in the synovial joint. So what they are doing mean they are connecting the bones together. Synovial joint mean connecting the bones together. So these are the different types of joint. What is a joint mean? The two bones are connected. The place where the two bones are connected together, that is known as joint. Three types we have seen about the three types, and about the synovial joint, and also the fluid which is filled in between the cavity. What they are doing? They are preventing the friction between the two bones, acting like a friction. So these are about the joints. Next, about skeletal system. When we take about our skeletal system, what they are doing, they are giving definite shape to our body. So the skeletal system is made up of many bones. So they give framework to our body. Without skeletal, what is there? Only muscles are there. We are not able to get a shape. So they give some framework to our body. What are present? There are 206 bones which are present in our body, and then they consist of many Connective tissues like bones, ligaments, joints, all these make a skeletal system which give definite shape to our body. And then on the basis of the skeletal, there are two types of skeletal, that is exoskeletal and endoskeleton. What do you mean by exoskeleton? The skeleton which is found at the outer side of the body. In tortoise we can see the skeleton on their outer side. Shell is there, no, present on their outside. That is known as exoskeleton, which is formed from the egg, ectoderm and endoderm. From this portion, this skeleton is formed. So exoskeleton means which is found outside the body, which is present. For example, if we take tortoise, we can find the outer shell. It is formed from the embryonic ectoderm and endoderm, outer and inner portion, endoderm. Then when we take about endoskeleton, which is found on the skeleton of the human beings, so which is formed from the mesoderm of the embryonic shell. Mesoderm, it is formed from mesoderm portion. So the skeletal which is seen inner portion of the human body, that is known as endoskeleton. Endo mean inner side, exo mean outer side. So when we take about the skeleton which is formed with the help of bones, ligaments and joints, they form the definite framework to our body. When we take about the skeletal, there are two types of skeleton system, exoskeleton and endoskeleton. Exoskeleton is formed from the outer layer of the ectoderm and mesoderm of the embryonic egg. And then for example is tortoise shell. So endoskeleton is found inside the inner surface of the body, which is formed from mesoderm portion. So the skeleton which is found inside the body is known as endoskeleton. So this is about the skeletal system. Next about the function. What is the function of the skeletal system? What they are doing, they are giving definite shape to the body. Functions, they give framework and a definite shape to our body. So this is the main function. And then it supports the internal organ, supports the internal organs. All the organs are connected together with the help of the skeletal system. So it is giving some support to the internal organ. And then calcium and phosphorus are produced by them. With the help of these minerals, calcium and phosphorus, these bones they are working regularly. So which is also stored in the bones. The calcium and phosphorus, with the help of these minerals only, the skeletal is said to be function, which are present inside the bone. And then red blood cell is produced in the bone marrow. So RBC, red blood cell is produced in the bone marrow of the skeletal system. And then it acts as the lever for the muscular tissue. So it is acting as a lever, like a vehicle, lever is there, no? So it is also acting as the lever for the muscular action while walking, running, these are able to. So with the help of the ligament and the tendon. What do you mean by tendon? Mean the muscles are attached to the bones. In tendon, muscles are attached to the bones. And in ligament, bones are attached. Okay, so when we take about tendons, the muscles are attached to bones, and then in ligaments, fibrous cord tissue which attach bone to bone. Bones are joined together, bone to bone. So with the help of this tendon and ligaments, what they are, the skeleton is able to work with the help of these tendons and ligaments, and also the connective cartilages. Cartilages mean they are connective tissue. connective tissue. So what they are doing, they are connecting the external ear and nose. So these are tip of the nose and the external ears are connected with the help of the cartilage. So for this they are helpful. So if we take about the skeletal system gives the framework to our body. What they are doing, they are joined with the help of the ligaments, muscles and bones. And then when we take about the skeletal system, two types of skeletal system are found. Exoskeleton, which is found outside the body, the skeleton found outside the body. Endoskeleton, the skeletal which is found inside the body. So this is about the skeletal system. When we take about the function, they give definite shape to the body and then they are supporting the internal organs which are connected together with the help of the skeletal system. The calcium and phosphorus are produced by the bones which are the minerals required for the development of the bones. Then red blood cell RBC is produced in the bone marrow. So blood is produced in the bone marrow and then they are acting as a lever for our body function. So for this the tendons and ligaments and cartilage are useful. What are tendon? The muscles are connected to the bones are said to be tendon. In tendon the muscles are connected to the bones. In ligaments the bones are connected to another bone. And then cartilage, what they are doing, they are acting as the connective tissue for the body part. So the external ear and then the nose are connected together. So this is the structure and the function of the skeleton. And then constituent of the skeleton. What are the constituents present in the skeleton mean? The skeleton which gives the framework and then the cartilage which is connecting the ear, external ear and the tip of the nose. And then ligaments bone to bone are connected together. When we take about the bones, there are four types of bone, that is long bone which are present in our arm and in leg and then short bone, wrist, ankle and then vertebral column. Then flat bones which are present in our skull, ribs and shoulder. And then irregular bones, they are vertebrae and spinal cord. So these are the different types of the bones. So far what we have seen about the lesson movement in animal. The movement, we have seen about the movement in animals like earthworm, cockroach, birds and also snake and in fish. In human beings also we have seen some movement and then these movement are happen with the help of the muscles. So muscles along with the skeletal system. The skeletal system which gives the framework to our body and then their function and what are the constituents which are present in the skeletal system. So far we have seen in this lesson. The rest we will see in the next class. Thank you children.